So I was thinking about how there's a lot of people who have had the same experience, childhood experience, people, millennials, and even some Gen Zers, um, from the parents born in the 60s and 70s, maybe even back that, but I haven't talked to anybody older, but basically our parents were toxic, abusive, like learning that getting the butt whooped, getting your ass beat is not normal. Because, I mean, think about it. The reason why a parent whooped any of our asses is because she got pissed off about something that we did. And most of the time it was an accident. I mean, we were motherfucking kids. And it like we were some badass kids, but at the end of the day, we're kids. We're learning. Like, we're not adults. We don't know everything. Because it wasn't usually nothing from school, at least for me. It was, I usually most of the time got my ass beat because my brother got his ass beat. Like, I was just next. Like, it was just automatic. It didn't matter if I did it or not. I usually got blamed for the shit that he did. I noticed there's a lot of women who have had the same experience I have, where it just seems like their parental figure, the female, what they call the mother, does not like the daughter, but favors the son. I've met quite a few women and had that. But basically, my point to this is that would technically make us, depending on where you're at, because some people still dealing with those issues, their trauma, trying to heal from that. Because I know I just barely did, or still am, but had to recognize what was happening because I had no idea all this time, what I was going through with this person. And I knew it, I knew it wasn't healthy, but I just didn't understand. Now I do wholeheartedly, because he put me in the position to see it. Otherwise, I never would have known where I know now. But that would technically make us either victims or survivors of domestic violence. Because, like, the way I've always thought of DV is a woman and a man. Or not a woman and a man, let me take that, couples, because it definitely happens across the board. But they always show DV hetero couples on TV. Actually, I've never seen a DV homo couple, but I definitely know they exist. I've known some. Anyways, but yeah, that would technically make us that, because domestic just means the home or the house or whatever. But then when you look up the noun for domestic violence, it means servant or housekeeper. And usually those parents that think it's okay to beat the shit out of their kids, or to put their hands on their kids, because at the end of the day, if it's not okay to put your hands on an adult, it should be the same with the child. It should even be taken upon even more serious, because why the fuck are you putting your hands on a fucking kid for any motherfucking reason? That's that slave mentality shit. They learn, because they're still under a curse, they learned how you discipline someone, especially if they upset you and make you mad. You definitely have the right to hit them. And that's what they used to do to the slaves. They used to beat do some terrible, horrible shit to them, including beating their asses. But they know they can't do, well, some parents do those terrible, horrible things, because they'll get CPS caught in their asses. So what do? You beat the shit out of them, and it became socially acceptable. And then it got to the point where we made jokes about it. Then after a while, we're like, hold up, it's not funny. Because you realize that you fucking got some issues going into adulthood with relationships with people, and keeping them, and learning what love is and what's toxic, and then accepting toxic love, thinking that's normal. But yeah, they usually treat their kids like property. Like they're not a human. Like they don't have a personality. Just like as if they're just an extension of them. Like their arm or something that they control. A lot of them usually have a God complex. A lot of them are usually narcissists. So yeah, that just crossed my mind, and just how messed up that is.